High insulin and poor circulation are the most common hidden reasons men experience performance problems, and correcting the diet can quickly help restore normal function. Most people don't realize how deeply connected blood sugar is to vascular health, and yet the connection is direct, powerful, and immediate. When insulin rises too high too often, the blood vessels lose their flexibility, the inner lining becomes irritated, and the small capillaries responsible for delivering oxygen and nutrients begin to narrow. This isn't something that happens suddenly. It builds quietly over years of eating foods that spike insulin every single day. White bread, sugary drinks, desserts, rice pasta, sweet snacks, and constant snacking between meals keep insulin elevated around the clock. This constant elevation pushes the body into a state of resistance where cells can no longer respond normally. When that happens, circulation slows down, inflammation increases, and the areas of the body that rely on healthy blood flow are the first to show signs of strain. Most men think the issue is caused by something external or something that happens overnight, but the truth is that it's almost always a metabolic situation. The body is incredibly sensitive to insulin, and even small improvements in diet can lead to noticeable changes. When you lower your carbohydrate intake, reduce sugar, and create longer gaps between your meals, your insulin levels begin to fall. As insulin falls, the blood vessels start to relax because the added pressure and inflammation begin to fade. Nitric oxide production improves, helping the vessels open more easily. This naturally increases circulation without the need for extreme measures. It's the reason so many people notice better energy, better mood, and better physical performance when they stabilize their blood sugar. When insulin remains high for too long, the artery walls stiffen. They aren't able to widen the way they're supposed to when the body needs increased blood flow. This stiffness is one of the silent drivers behind poor vascular function. But when you bring insulin down, the opposite happens. The arteries become more responsive and circulation naturally improves. Your body begins to repair the inner lining of the vessels because it's no longer being damaged by constant sugar spikes. This process happens faster than most people think. Within days of reducing carbs, insulin begins dropping. Within weeks, inflammation reduces. Within months, circulation noticeably improves. This is how the body restores itself when you remove the things that interfere with it. Insulin also affects hormones. When insulin is high, it suppresses natural hormone production, increases body fat, especially around the liver and abdomen, and reduces the body's ability to use cholesterol to produce the hormones it needs. Many men don't realize that eating low-fat, high-carb diets can actually worsen the issue because the body lacks the raw materials to maintain normal balance. When you reduce carbs and increase healthy fats, you allow the body to shift from sugar burning to fat burning. This metabolic switch opens up a whole new level of stability. The liver becomes less congested, inflammation goes down, and hormone production becomes more efficient. Healthy fats like eggs, olive oil, avocado, nuts, seeds, and wild fish support the structure of cells and provide the nutrients the body uses to rebuild itself. This also lowers cravings, stabilizes energy, and reduces the need for constant snacking, which further lowers insulin. One of the biggest problems with high insulin is its effect on blood vessels that feed the lower regions of the body. These vessels are extremely sensitive to any signs of inflammation or blockage. Even small buildups of plaque or mild levels of stiffness can interfere with proper blood flow. Many men think the issue is psychological, but in most cases, it's simply a vascular problem. When the blood has trouble moving freely, the body cannot respond the way it's supposed to. This is why diet matters so much. If you improve the quality of your blood by reducing sugar and increasing nutrient-rich foods, the vessels open up, pressure decreases, and everything starts functioning more smoothly. Another factor closely tied to insulin is nitric oxide. This is the gas your body produces to relax the blood vessels, but nitric oxide drops significantly when insulin resistance develops. The cells that produce nitric oxide become damaged and less responsive, leading to poor circulation. Foods rich in nitrates like leafy greens and beets help increase nitric oxide naturally. But these foods work even better when insulin is low because the vessels are not inflamed or stiff. When someone balances their diet by adding greens, reducing sugar, and incorporating healthy fats, nitric oxide levels rise. This helps circulation move without obstruction. It also helps the arteries regain flexibility, which is essential for normal function. Another powerful dietary factor is magnesium. Magnesium is involved in over 300 processes in the body, but one of its key roles is relaxing the blood vessels. Many people with insulin resistance are magnesium deficient, which makes the vessels constrict even more. Leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and certain mineral waters help replenish magnesium stores. When magnesium levels rise, the vessels relax, blood pressure stabilizes, and circulation improves. Combining magnesium with a low-carb diet amplifies this effect because insulin naturally holds onto magnesium, And lowering insulin allows the mineral to move freely into the cells where it's needed. The liver plays a major role here as well. When insulin is high, the liver stores excess fat, leading to fatty liver. A fatty liver cannot regulate hormones properly, nor can it filter toxins effectively. It also struggles to maintain steady blood pressure. Improving the diet is the fastest way to reverse fatty liver. Cutting out sugars, refined carbs, and alcohol while increasing cruciferous vegetables helps the liver detoxify and heal. As the liver improves, hormone balance improves and circulation becomes more efficient. Intermittent fasting is another powerful tool because it lowers insulin naturally without requiring complicated diets. When you extend the time between meals, insulin drops. When insulin drops, fat burning increases, inflammation decreases, and blood sugar stabilizes. Fasting also activates autophagy, the body's repair mechanism, which helps clean up damaged cells that affect circulation. Many men who combine intermittent fasting with a low-carb diet notice remarkable improvements simply because their body finally gets a chance to reset itself. Hydration also matters. Thick blood from dehydration has difficulty moving through narrow vessels. Drinking enough water, especially with electrolytes, helps maintain smooth flow. This is especially helpful when lowering carbs, as the body loses water during the transition. Adding electrolytes restores balance and prevents fatigue, headaches, and muscle cramps, which encourages better activity levels. Better activity increases circulation even more. Even mild movement improves insulin sensitivity. Walking after meals helps bring down blood sugar naturally and reduces the workload on the pancreas. When the muscles contract, they pull glucose from the bloodstream, lowering insulin levels. Over time, this makes the body more efficient at using energy and reducing inflammation. This is why simple exercises like walking, stair climbing, or light resistance training can have such a strong effect on circulation and overall function. The combination of balancing insulin, improving diet quality, and supporting circulation can transform the way the body works. Most men don't realize how quickly the body can turn around when the pressure is taken off the vascular system. These improvements aren't temporary, they compound over time. The more consistently someone supports their metabolism, the better their circulation becomes. Better circulation leads to better vitality, better energy, and better overall performance. Chronic stress, poor sleep, and weak core muscles disrupt normal signals in blood flow. But simple daily habits can naturally bring the body back into balance. Most people don't realize how much stress affects their physical performance because the effects aren't always obvious on the surface. Stress operates silently through hormones, nerves, and tension patterns in the body. When cortisol stays elevated for too long, it interferes with nearly every system related to circulation, nerve signaling, energy, and recovery. Cortisol raises blood sugar, which increases insulin. It tightens muscles, especially in the lower back and pelvic region. It reduces the body's ability to relax, recover, and send proper signals. This is why people who deal with ongoing stress often notice a drop in their physical performance, stamina, and mental clarity. It's not because something is wrong with them. It's because the body is locked into a survival mode where it prioritizes stress hormones over normal function. Most stress today isn't the sudden, life-threatening kind our ancestors faced. It's chronic. It's slow. It comes from daily pressures like work, finances, family responsibilities, traffic arguments, deadlines, and constant digital stimulation from screens. The body treats these inputs as real threats and releases cortisol over and over. When this happens every day, cortisol remains elevated, and the body never gets the signal to relax. This disrupts the brain's communication with the body. The vagus nerve, which helps regulate calmness and circulation, gets suppressed. The sympathetic nervous system becomes dominant, leaving the body in a constant state of tension. This tension limits blood flow and reduces the ability of blood vessels to open properly. Over time, this results in noticeable reductions in energy, responsiveness, and motivation. Sleep ties directly into this cycle. When a person doesn't sleep enough, or the sleep they get is low quality, cortisol rises even further. Just one night of poor sleep can increase cortisol and reduce testosterone, leaving the body feeling drained the next day. This impacts mood, energy, and physical readiness. Many people underestimate the importance of deep sleep for restoring hormones and repairing blood vessels. Most hormone production happens at night. The nervous system resets during sleep. Blood pressure normalizes, the cardiovascular system recalibrates. Without consistent sleep, the body falls behind in these essential repairs. This is why men who stay up late scrolling on their phones, watching screens in bed, or consuming caffeine too late in the day often struggle with low energy and reduced performance. Modern lifestyles also create another hidden problem: weak core and lower back muscles. Sitting for long hours at a desk, driving, or slouching on the couch compresses the lower spine and restricts nerves that run through the pelvic region. Blood flow decreases because the muscles become tight and weak, the hip flexors shorten, the glutes turn off, and circulation becomes compromised. All of this affects the ability of blood to move freely and the ability of signals to travel from the brain to the body. Many men feel stiffness or discomfort in their lower back without realizing this tension is impacting more than just posture. The good news is that improving these areas doesn't require complicated routines or expensive treatments. Small daily habits can bring the body back into balance. Reducing stress doesn't necessarily mean eliminating all responsibilities. It means giving your body moments throughout the day to reset and lower cortisol. Simple approaches like deep breathing, walking outside for sunlight exposure, grounding your feet on natural surfaces, and taking short breaks during work all help calm the nervous system. Breathing deeply through the diaphragm lowers cortisol and signals the body that it's safe to relax. Sunlight helps regulate circadian rhythms, making sleep deeper at night. Even 5 minutes of slow breathing can shift the body out of stress mode and into a more balanced state. Sleep can be improved through simple changes as well. Going to bed at the same time each night trains the brain to prepare for rest. Turning off screens at least 1 hour before bedtime allows cortisol to drop and melatonin to rise. Keeping the bedroom cool, dark, and quiet helps the body enter deep sleep faster. Avoiding large meals late at night reduces the digestive load, allowing the body to focus on recovery rather than breaking down food. Reducing caffeine in the afternoon prevents cortisol spikes later in the day. These small adjustments compound over time and gradually restore restful sleep, which naturally improves hormone balance and energy levels. Strengthening the core and lower back doesn't require intense workouts. Even gentle movements can reactivate muscles that have gone dormant from long periods of sitting. Simple routines like hip stretches, glute bridges, light squats, and walking help restore circulation. Strengthening the glutes reduces pressure on the lower spine. Stretches for the hip flexors open the front of the body, improving nerve flow. Standing up every hour prevents muscle compression and encourages blood movement. These movements free the nerves in the pelvic region and allow circulation to return to normal. When the nerves and blood vessels are no longer compressed, the body's ability to respond improves significantly. Another overlooked factor is emotional stress. People often carry tension from unresolved conflicts, worries about the future, or pressure to meet expectations. This emotional weight translates directly into physical tension. The shoulders tighten, the jaw clenches, the breathing becomes shallow. This shallow breathing alone reduces oxygen intake and increases nervous system stress. Practicing slow breathing meditation or mindfulness for even 5 minutes a day helps release stored tension. This creates a ripple effect throughout the body, improving circulation, lowering cortisol, and restoring normal signaling pathways. Nutrition also plays a role in stress management. When the diet is high in sugar or processed foods, the body experiences blood sugar spikes that mimic stress. This raises cortisol even further. Healthy fats, leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and mineral-rich foods help stabilize blood sugar and support the nervous system. Magnesium-rich foods help relax muscles and calm the body. B vitamins support nerve function. Consistent hydration keeps the blood moving smoothly. When the body is well nourished, it handles stress more effectively and recovers faster. Movement is also a powerful tool for balancing stress and restoring circulation. Walking is one of the simplest ways to lower cortisol. It improves blood flow, strengthens the cardiovascular system, and boosts mood. Even 10-15 minutes has a positive effect. Resistance training builds muscle, improves posture, and strengthens the core. Yoga or stretching routines help release tension from tight muscles. These practices don't need to be intense. Consistency matters more than intensity. Every time you move, the body releases nitric oxide, improves circulation, and reduces muscle stiffness. This helps the body send stronger signals through the nervous system. Hydration plays a quiet but essential role in this process as well. When a person is dehydrated, their blood becomes thicker and moves more slowly. This increases the workload on the heart and reduces circulation. Dehydration also raises cortisol because the body interprets lack of water as a threat. Drinking enough water, especially with added electrolytes, keeps the blood flowing smoothly and helps the nervous system stay balanced. This reduces tension in the muscles and supports better mental clarity. The combination of reducing stress, improving sleep, and strengthening the core creates a powerful cycle of restoration. As stress decreases, cortisol drops. As cortisol drops, nerves become more responsive, blood vessels open more easily, and circulation improves. When sleep improves, hormone levels rise, energy returns, and the body repairs damaged tissues. When the core is strengthened and the spine is aligned, nerve signals move freely, and blood can reach the areas that need it most. Each of these improvements reinforces the others, creating a strong foundation for overall health and physical performance. All of these changes rely on small daily habits that don't require major lifestyle overhauls. They simply require consistency. When you support the body's natural systems, nervous system, circulatory system, muscular system, and hormonal system, they align themselves, the body begins functioning the way it was designed to, without force, without strain, And without stress blocking the pathways needed for normal performance, nutrient-rich foods, healthy fats, liver support, hydration, and key minerals like magnesium and zinc help rebuild hormones and restore healthy responsiveness over time. Many people don't realize how deeply nutrition influences circulation, hormone balance, nerve function, and overall vitality. The body is constantly rebuilding itself, repairing tissues, generating new hormones, and maintaining blood flow through thousands of tiny vessels. But it can only do that when it has the right raw materials. When the diet is filled with processed foods, sugars, seed oils, and empty calories, the body becomes depleted, cells become stressed, inflammation rises, the liver becomes overloaded, and hormones cannot function the way they're supposed to. On the other hand, when you begin incorporating nutrient-dense foods, healthy fats, and essential minerals, the body shifts back into a state of repair and renewal. Healthy fats are especially important because they're the building blocks of hormones. Most of the body's key hormones rely on cholesterol and fat for their structure. People who follow low-fat diets without realizing it often starve their hormonal system. The body can't produce adequate levels of key hormones when it's deprived of good fats. Foods like eggs, avocados, olive oil, coconut oil, grass-fed butter, nuts, seeds, and wild-caught fish provide the raw materials the body uses to rebuild itself. These fats also help stabilize blood sugar, reduce cravings, and support the nervous system. When blood sugar is stable, insulin stays low and inflammation decreases. This alone helps restore circulation and energy levels because high insulin is one of the biggest disruptors of normal function. Healthy fats also help absorb fat-soluble nutrients like vitamins A, D, E, and K, which play major roles in vascular health, nerve transmission, and hormonal balance. Nutrient-rich foods go beyond calories. They supply the vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and phytonutrients the body needs to reduce inflammation and improve blood flow. Leafy greens like spinach, kale, and arugula are rich in nitrates, which the body converts into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is essential for relaxing blood vessels and improving circulation. Beets are another powerful nitrate source, supporting oxygen delivery throughout the body. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, and Brussels sprouts help detoxify the liver and support hormone balance by improving the metabolism of excess hormones. When the liver is working effectively, hormones circulate properly, and the body feels more responsive and energized. Protein also plays an important role because it supplies amino acids used for repairing tissues, supporting nerves, and maintaining healthy muscles. A well-functioning muscular system enhances circulation, especially in the lower body. When muscles are strong and flexible, blood moves more easily and nerves transmit signals more efficiently. Foods like grass-fed beef, chicken, fish, eggs, and legumes help the body maintain a strong foundation of tissue health and support stable energy levels. Minerals are another critical piece of the puzzle, especially magnesium and zinc. Magnesium helps relax blood vessels, reduce muscle tension, support nerve function, and lower cortisol. It also helps regulate insulin, which indirectly improves circulation. Many people are deficient in magnesium due to soil depletion, processed foods, and high stress. Symptoms of deficiency include muscle tightness, poor sleep, anxiety, and poor circulation. Foods high in magnesium, pumpkin seeds, almonds, leafy greens, mineral water, help replenish levels and improve overall wellness. Magnesium helps the arteries stay flexible and responsive, which is essential for healthy blood flow. Zinc plays a major role in hormone production, immune function, cell repair, and overall vitality. Men with low zinc often experience fatigue, low motivation, and poor recovery. Zinc is required for proper hormone synthesis and supports the body's natural ability to maintain healthy levels. Foods like oysters, pumpkin seeds, red meat, sesame seeds, and eggs provide abundant zinc. Even mild zinc deficiency can affect performance, mood, and energy. When zinc levels are restored, the body becomes more resilient, hormones stabilize, and the metabolic system works more efficiently. Another major factor in restoring normal function is liver health. The liver is responsible for processing hormones, filtering toxins, regulating blood sugar, and producing bile for fat digestion. When the liver becomes fatty or sluggish, these processes slow down. A congested liver cannot metabolize hormones effectively, leading to imbalances that affect energy, circulation, and overall vitality. Foods that support liver detoxification, cruciferous vegetables, lemon water, garlic, onions, turmeric, beets, and leafy greens help restore proper liver function. Intermittent fasting also gives the liver time to repair and reduces the fat stored inside it. When the liver is healthy, hormone levels improve, inflammation decreases, and the body becomes more responsive. Hydration might seem simple, but it's one of the most underestimated factors in overall health. The body relies on water to transport nutrients, circulate blood, regulate temperature, and support nerve function. When the body is dehydrated, blood becomes thicker, circulation slows, and the heart has to work harder to pump blood. This affects energy, mood, and responsiveness. Dehydration can also mimic stress by increasing cortisol levels. Drinking adequate water throughout the day keeps the blood flowing smoothly and supports all metabolic processes. Adding electrolytes helps replenish minerals lost through sweat or during low-carb diets. Proper hydration improves muscle function, reduces tension, and supports better nutrient absorption. Many people don't realize how quickly the body can improve when deficiencies are corrected. Nutrient-rich foods help reverse years of depletion. Healthy fats stabilize hormones. Minerals support nerve function and blood vessel relaxation. A healthy liver ensures hormones are properly processed and circulated. Proper hydration keeps everything moving efficiently. These improvements don't happen all at once, but they build steadily over time. One of the most powerful outcomes of improving nutrition is reduced inflammation. Inflammation is at the root of many chronic issues, including poor circulation and hormonal imbalance. When inflammation decreases, the blood vessels become more flexible, nerves become more responsive, and the body's energy systems operate more smoothly. Foods rich in antioxidants, berries, dark chocolate, green tea, turmeric, garlic, ginger help fight oxidative stress that damages cells and blood vessels. Reducing inflammation allows the body to recover faster and maintain stable energy levels throughout the day. Gut health also plays a big role in hormone balance and circulation. The gut is responsible for absorbing nutrients, producing certain neurotransmitters, and influencing the immune system. When the gut is inflamed or imbalanced, nutrient absorption declines. This leads to deficiencies that affect energy, nerve function, and blood flow. Incorporating probiotics, fermented foods, fiber-rich vegetables, and bone broth helps repair the gut lining, reduce inflammation, and improve nutrient absorption. A healthy gut improves mood, reduces stress, and supports better overall physical function. Another aspect often overlooked is the role of antioxidants and nitric oxide boosters. Arugula, beetroot, garlic, and dark leafy greens increase nitric oxide in the body. Nitric oxide helps relax blood vessels and improves circulation. When you combine these foods with magnesium and zinc, the effects become even stronger. The body begins to regain its natural ability to deliver oxygen. Rich blood where it's needed most. Healthy fats, especially omega-3 fatty acids, support cell membrane fluidity. This means the cells communicate better, respond better, and use nutrients more efficiently. Omega-3s also reduce inflammation and support heart and vascular health. Foods like salmon, sardines, flax seeds, and walnuts are excellent sources. These fats help stabilize mood, improve energy, and enhance circulation. When people shift their diet from processed foods to whole, nutrient-dense foods, they notice improvements across many areas. Energy levels increase, stress decreases, sleep improves, digestion becomes smoother, and circulation becomes stronger. The body uses nutrients to repair damage caused by stress, poor diet, and inflammation. Over time, this restoration helps rebuild hormone balance and supports healthy responsiveness. These improvements don't require extreme diets or rigid meal plans. They simply require consistency, eating more whole foods, drinking enough water, supporting the liver, strengthening the gut, and supplying the body with essential minerals. When the body is nourished deeply and consistently, it responds with better health, stronger circulation, improved hormonal balance, and restored vitality.